Evening friends, the equipments and materials, not materials, mainly the electrical gadgets used in electrical traction distribution. I will tell its principle and everything step by step because it is electrical engineering learning. So in our old electric locomotives, we were using DC series motor. Why DC series motor? Because it has good starting torque. When the train is installed, to start it needs power, starting torque, more starting torque. So from stall to start a DC series motor, at the motor, we better to use DC series motor in electric locomotive. It will be helpful. Now here you see what is a DC series motor. Sorry, DC series motor. I have shown you the DC series motor in the load. In locomotive there are 6, maximum there are 6 DC series motor in Indian system. I have shown it here 6 in numbers, and another is source of DC power. Source of DC power is taken actually in traction system is the single phase 25 kV supply is stepped down by a transformer. Then the required voltage for the motor is taken as AC form, and then it has rectified with pitch circuit into DC, but it is a pulsating DC. We need smooth DC, so we are using filter circuit like smoothing reactor, capacitor. You know, if any changes in the inductor, a voltage will be induced in the inductor and it will oppose the very cause of its voltage induction, voltage induced voltage. Here the voltage induced in the inductive coil is due to the changes of current or voltage in AC wave to pulsating DC. So it will reduce that pulse and we will get smooth DC. And when this DC will pass through the DC series motor, the motor will rotate and the locomotive will run. This DC series motor can be combined in various forms. All may be in parallel, that means between positive and negative terminal, or series parallel combination. Nowadays it is not too much in use. The old locos step by step will be abolished. And now the EMF equation of a DC generator. Here I have shown DC generator. Actually we are using AC, then converting into DC, then we are using it. But for an example, suppose the DC generator, DC series generator. Series means magnetic field. With magnet, without magnet, the EMF will not induce. So when the commutator will run by a prime mover and series field will induce voltage in this generator, and when the speed will raise, the generator voltage will be more. Here the armature current, series current and the DC motor load current all are same. So induced EMF is V means voltage of the motor plus Im is armature current, then series resistance multiplication. So it will give the induced voltage. Another thing is, if you use the generator, DC generator, brush drop will come. Brush drop will be added. Brush drop will be added. So this is the system. This is the DC series generator, and from that we are taking power and giving to the motor, and the motor is rotating. Why the motor is rotating? Because if you have magnetic field, then you are passing current through the commutator conductor, the armature conductor. So a torque will be produced and it will rotate the motor. It will rotate the motor. Step by step I will discuss about this DC generator, DC motor. DC generator is of two types. One is separately excited. That means magnetic field is fed by another source, and another is self-excited. Self-excited is of two types. One is series field and one is shunt field. Another combination is compound. Compound is of also two types, short shunt and long shunts. I'll tell all these things. Better to know the electrical technology also. I am studying in BTech, and step by step I will reflect which I am reading related with the railway. Related with the railway. So see how it is occurring, how it is happening. Another thing is this is the all rotating system with magnetic circuit will produce AC nature of voltage, but will make it DC how? With the use of brass. With the use of brass, it will allow the voltage in one direction only. But in suppose a conductor is under the influence of N pole, in which direction the current will be produced? When it will be in S pole, it will be reversed. Then it will become AC nature. But with the use of brass, we are neglecting it. We are neglecting how we are converting it into DC. That will also be discussed in future. So this is the basic idea. We are using an electric locomotive, the DC series motor. DC series motor, as it has good starting torque. Good starting torque. But nowadays we have replaced it with three-phase induction motor with IGBT and GTO, included gate bipolar transistor and gate turn off. The electronic system has come, and the control is through variable voltage, variable frequency. Variable voltage, variable frequency. This modern technology, now we are in use. ABB and so many companies is manufacturing these locomotives, and it has high power and smooth starting with the use of variable voltage, variable frequency. DC series motor has the starting torque is more, there is a jerk just to start the electric loco, but now it has reduced by the use of this three-phase induction motor. Three-phase induction motor. Step by step I will discuss all these things, and after completion of my BTech, I'll publish my book, because without a degree it is not good to write a book. Though our experience is more than a BTech degree, I am on the verge of UPSC clearance as a Indian Railway Service Electrical Engineering. It is better than graduate engineer. So I have missed it due to my age. I have retired. My age has increased due to my illness. Initially I suffered from mental problem, and near about 5 years lost in my initial career, and I have reduced to promote up to the divisional electrical engineer gazetted. But if I was okay, I did not suffer from this mental disability, then I can raise, I think, up to the HOD, head of the department, means chief electrical engineer. Railway has that facility. If you have the ability, maybe you are a diploma engineer, but can raise your promotion up to the chief electrical engineer. Thanks, friend. I am proud of my railway. They have allowed me to promote up to this gazetted rank, the second stage of the gazetted portion, and I am happy. Thank you, friends. Not to talk too much. Okay. Good evening, friends. The equipments and materials, not materials, mainly the electrical gadgets used in electrical traction distribution. I will tell its principle and everything step by step, because it is electrical engineering learning. So in our old electric locomotives, we were using DC series motor. Why DC series motor? Because it has good starting torque. When the train is installed, to start it needs power, starting torque, more starting torque. So from stall to start a DC series motor, the motor, we better to use DC series motor in electric locomotive. It will be helpful. Now here you see what is a DC series motor. DC series motor. I have shown you the DC series motor in the load. In locomotive there are 6, maximum there are 6 DC series motor in Indian system. I have shown it here, 6 in number. Friends, one and another, please communicate to your friends who are reading this electrical technology. As I am actually in traction system, I will repeat the single phase study material 25 to be supplied, step down by transformer, and then the required voltage for the motor is taken not interested to do as any AC job. Form. As but AC if you form, subscribe it, it will, and then it has rectified me to utilize the time in better way, as well as in DC. But it is a pulsating DC, because money is the main. So we are using if you have not like money reactor, capacitor, maybe little, you know, but it is giving some interest. Changes in the inductor, stay well. A voltage